want you to think about what you had for breakfast this morning. Were you concerned at all that you didn't know where you were getting your food from or what you were going to have to eat that day? According to the Idaho Food Bank, 1 in 8 Idahoans struggle with hunger and not having enough food to eat. That's 220,000 people in the entire state of Idaho. Volunteering at the Idaho Food Bank makes a huge difference. I personally know this because when my family was first starting off, so when I was younger, my parents were going through a lot of financial hardships and we often didn't know where our next meal was going to be coming from. So the Idaho Food Bank really helped my family out. I have also spent numerous hours volunteering at the food bank as well. So today I'm going to tell you about why you should volunteer at the Idaho Food Bank. So first I'm going to tell you how you can sign up to help, and then next I will say why you should help. So there are quite a few ways that you can volunteer at the Idaho Food Bank, and it's fairly simple to sign up. So one way you can do that for an individual is you can go to their website, so idahofoodbank.org, and that's also where I found all of my information. So you can go into their volunteer tab, and then from there is a registration. You can do it for both individual and group. So for an individual, it just has you put in some of your information. Next, it has you select a shift where you can come in, and you can schedule it for the entire month. So let's say you're not busy for a couple of weeks, you can go in and you can select a certain date later in the month. You can also, as I mentioned, you can do it with a group of friends, or you can do it with like a business organization. This is the same sort of registration process as if you were registering for an individual, but one thing that is a little bit different with a group, in order for the Idaho Food Bank, in order to accommodate you, you do need to schedule at least a week in advance, so that way they can make sure they have enough work for a certain amount of people to do at the same time. There are 3 different locations throughout the state of Idaho that you can volunteer at. There is one in Boise, Idaho, there's another one in Lewiston, Idaho, and then there's one local here in Pocatello. Once you get all of your information registered for either yourself or your group, you'll get a confirmation stating how or when you will be coming in and what you will be doing. This is a great way for you guys, you as an individual or you as a group of friends or a business, to get yourself out there and work together. Also, another thing, Idaho Food Bank also accepts donations. They accept monetary and non-perishable items. So the Idaho Food Bank is able to stretch $1 into 5 meals. Think about how much food that could buy for just a single person if you donated like $10. So if you were to do a monetary donation, again, it is online. You would just go to their donations tab on their website, and there it has you put in your information. They usually do a debit card, and then you can click submit and choose whether or not you want to set it up as a recurring payment or just as a one-time payment. As I mentioned earlier, they accept non-perishable goods as a donation as well. So that is foods that don't expire or go bad within a certain amount of time. So many businesses throughout the Pocatello area have annual food drives. Some of those businesses are Walmart, Idaho Central Credit Union, and the School District 25. All of their schools do food drives throughout the year. The easiest way to actually donate those goods yourself is to take them to one of your local food banks. In this case, in Pocatello, it is located on First Street. So now that you know how to volunteer, I'm going to give you some reasons as to why you should volunteer. So volunteering, no matter what, you can give back to your community, no matter what you're doing. So for the Idaho Food Bank, Pocatello is a great place to live, and we are really fortunate to live here. So the Pocatello population as of 2017 was 55,193 people. And if we look at the every 1 to 8 Idahoans struggles with hunger, that would be, 6,899 people in our area. That's a fairly large number for how small of a city we live in. So this work that you would be doing, volunteering, donating, whatever you decide to do, it'd be helpful relieving people in our own area, which is great. So another thing, little known fact, volunteering is actually good for your health. According to Jenny Seagal, who is a PhD at the Health Hub, volunteering actually helps relieve the stresses of having anger, and if you're anything stress related. Also, it can help reduce anxiety. A lot of people struggle with this, and they don't really know how they want to handle it. So volunteering is a good way to both give back to the community and learn something for yourself. Another probably more commonly known fact is volunteering looks great on a resume. According to Volunteer Hub, a study done by Deloitte shows that 82% of hiring managers actually prefer applicants who have more volunteering hours than those applicants who don't actually volunteer. In that same study, 92% of hiring managers agree that volunteering actually raises the skill set of their employees. In my audience participation, unfortunately, I only had 2 people who responded to mine. So out of those small results that I found that we all like to volunteer, but we don't have enough time because we're busy with school, work, and other things. And all of us know someone who has benefited from the Idaho Food Bank, but we have not been all affected directly. So as you can see, we have a great class that's willing to volunteer. So now let's just wrap up so you guys can get to volunteering at the food bank. So the Idaho Food Bank, they are always looking for volunteers. It's something that they're always going to be in need of. So I have told you how you can volunteer, and I've also told you some great reasons why you should volunteer. Volunteering at the Idaho Food Bank is a great opportunity for everyone. I hope to see you soon at the Idaho Food Bank. Thank you.